booktube, my name is Elizabeth and welcome to my channel. This is the very first video that I'm filming after my announcement video where I told you guys that I am changing my name from Book Babble to the Owlery. If you guys have not seen that announcement video, I will link it down below if you guys are wondering what sparked that change, but it's weird for me to have an intro and not say Book Babble, but I'm really excited for the new chapter, so to speak, in my channel. And again, when I recorded that video just a couple of days ago, I had just hit 1,200 subscribers and now I'm almost at 1,300, and so the support that I've been getting from my subscribers has been just so amazing. So I want to say thank you again so much, you guys. But today I'm going to be doing my weekly wrap-up. I didn't get much done this week because I had oral surgery on my mouth, and it was like 2 days ago, and luckily my recovery has been really good. I'm still a little sore and a little swollen up here, but it was mostly like the pain that I was in because of the tooth beforehand was the reason why I really didn't get a lot done or a lot read this week. But without further ado, let's get on to the wrap-up. So the first book that I finished was The Forbidden Wish by Jessica Corey. The Forbidden Wish follows a genie named Zahara who has been locked in her bottle for over 500 years, like deep below the sand in the desert in city ruins, and Aladdin finds her and rubs her bottle and she becomes his genie and grants him 3 wishes. I ended up giving this a 4 out of 5 stars. I really enjoyed the way that this was written. It's written from Zahara's point of view, but it's as if she's talking to one of her old masters that she became really close with, and because she was so close to this human who was a queen, a lot of bad things happened between humans and genies because of this close relationship that they had. So she's narrating this book as if she's speaking to her old master, and I thought that was really interesting. I loved almost everything about this book, the plot and the writing style. The only reason why I gave it a 4 instead of a 5 out of 5 stars is because Aladdin was really annoying sometimes. He just made stupid decisions, and I feel like the way that his characteristics were explained, you know, oh, he's this and this way, or he acts this way, and the way that he actually did act just were really different. And I'm not sure if Zahara was kind of blinded by her feelings for Aladdin, or if she was blinded because, you know, he was her master, because she's the one kind of explaining all of this. But either way, it was a little bit jarring for me because it just didn't really make sense that the way that she was explaining Aladdin and the way that he was actually acting in the book just didn't connect. So that was really the only problem that I had with this story. Other than that, I think it is beautiful. Zahara is an amazing character to read about. She's so badass, and I love all of the other really strong female characters in this story. When I said that I was going to read this a couple of weeks ago, I mentioned that I was worried that Jasmine wasn't in this, because I really loved the spin that Disney put on this fairy tale, but there was a Jasmine type character. So if you guys are like me, and you know, the fact that there is not, you know, a character named Jasmine in this story, if that is holding you back from reading this, don't worry. There's a character that does not have the same name as Jasmine, but it's basically Jasmine, and I loved her so much. I can't remember her name right now. I failed, but like I said, I give this a 4 out of 5 stars. I really enjoyed it. Right after I finished The Forbidden Wish, I immediately picked up The Crown by Kira Cass. This is the 5th and final book in the Selection series. If you guys are not familiar with the Selection series, it is a 5-book series. The first 3 books follow America, and she is chosen out of kind of like a lottery to compete against 30 other women to become queen, to marry the Prince Maxen. And then 20 years later, the last 2 books in the series, The Heir and The Crown, follow Edelyn, who is King Maxen's daughter. And now I picked my words very carefully. I did not spoil any of these books here, so I'm just saying. But I read the first 3 books in the Selection series back to back last year, and they were Just absolutely fantastic. I completely and totally fell in love with this series. I read The Heir when it came out last year, and then of course I had to pick up The Crown, and I read this in 2.5, 3 hours. Like I said, I finished The Forbidden Wish at like 10 o'clock at night right before bed, and then I made the mistake of picking up The Crown directly after that. I was like, oh, I'll just read a couple chapters before bed. Nope. Nope. 2.5, 3 hours later, I had finished this and I was crying, and the ending was perfect. And Edelyn is going through her own selection in the last 2 books, and in the beginning of The Heir, she's very, you know, walled up. She's convinced that there's no way that she can love somebody and be a good queen, and by the end of this series, she has picked the person that she's going to be with, and it's just the perfect person, and I just love the way that it ended. It doesn't end the way that you expect it to, and like I said, I laughed and I cried, and The Heir, I was a little annoyed with Edelyn, but this one, I just fell in love with her so much, and I gave this a 5 out of 5 stars. Obviously, The Crown, or the Selection series, is hands down one of my favorite series of all time. If you guys are wary about reading this, I just say, just give it a go. Just do it. You can't go in with high expectations. Does this have the best writing? No. Does it have the best characters? Are you going to be a little bit annoyed with the characters? Yeah, but there's something about the story that you just can't put down. It's like, I don't want to say it's like a train wreck, because the story's not a bad story, but it's literally like you can't look away and you need to know what happens. And like I said, you can finish all of these books within a day or two. They're just so quick, easy, light reads, and I really loved it. And a lot of people don't know that this is actually a dystopian. It is a dystopian of our world, of our country, and I really like that aspect of dystopians when they are that way. So if you're a fan of dystopians, you're not worn out on them, pick this series up. It's so good. Just give it a chance. Give it a chance, guys. Now, I am currently reading The Geography of You and Me by Jennifer E. Smith. This follows Owen and Lucy. And Lucy has lived in New York for years, I think her whole life, and Owen has just recently moved to New York, and the whole city of New York one day has a complete blackout, and they find each other, and they kind of spend this night and day together, surviving the blackout and just kind of figuring out what to do with their lives, since they don't have electricity or phones or cable or internet or anything. And that's about where I'm at right now in the book. So I don't really know what happens next, but I'm about right here in the book, and I am not a fan of contemporary. So am I enjoying it? A little. Am I kind of bored? Yeah, I don't know, just contemporary books that are just about 2 people falling in love, or 2 people finding each other, or 2 people spending a whirlwind romance night together. Just, it's not my thing. I need something more. I need more depth. This book I am actually reading for the Once Upon a Read-Along that I do with Chloe over the Boom and Biboo File. Now, my book bestie, Chloe, she likes her contemporary, and since we decide together which books to read every month, every now and again she wants to read a contemporary, and so I give in, and that's the only reason why I read contemporary most of the time. So we're going to be doing a live show on this the first Sunday of June, which I don't remember the date of that, like the 5th or the 6th or something, but it's the first Sunday of June at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on my channel, so I will have this book finished by then. If you want to know my full and complete thoughts on The Geography of You and Me by Jennifer E. Smith, come and join us for the live show. But right now, I just don't have much to say, because you know, I finished like 70 pages of this book, and I don't really feel like much is happening yet, so I don't know. Still up in the air. We'll see if I enjoy this. Alright guys, that's it for my weekly wrap-up. Let me know down in the comments below what book you read this week that you enjoyed, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!